Hey you. Good evening, good morning, and happy holidays to ya. I'm back from a holiday thing myself, and it got your boy considering one of the core things about him: appreciation. Appreciation is a beautiful thing, man. Our whole thing we got going on works because of you, and we appreciate you hanging out with us on our channels, discords, and streams. And I appreciate CIG for providing such a cool experience to share with you. Hard not to appreciate the diverse array of folks who you get together with in these spacey ships, or the different kinds of content that creators come up with. Matter of fact, I invited some of them over here to share what they dig about this place called The Verse that we all been diving into, or even just watching from the sidelines. So sit back and rock with us for a spell. Like up, sub up, and ring up like a boss. Obsidian Ant in the building. Where does that sexy flexy verse appeal come from for you?
Ever since I was a kid, I had a deep fascination with space epics. There's something about space itself that I find totally compelling. I've always been drawn to it, and to me, there's a sense of the unknowable, a sense of mystery. Yet, paradoxically, there's also a sense of infinite possibilities. Galaxies spanning civilizations, spaceships with technology way beyond our own, the ability to travel to distant worlds. In short, for me, the idea of space has always been about adventure. From the early days, it seems Star Citizen is trying to achieve exactly this. Its planets, its spaceships are second to none. As with all things, time will tell whether it succeeds in its complete mission, yet somehow it always keeps me checking in. I think it's a truly appealing goal, and one that appears to tick all the right boxes for so many people. Let's see where it goes.
Hey, Space Tomato. Tell them why you rock the verse, big homie.
I love the verse because it lets me visualize the place I've always imagined in my mind. It brings my childhood to life and lets me live in the movies I've always loved. It's not just the tools that I'm given that make it worth being there, though. It's the ability to simply exist in the space. Even a space tomato does okay in the cold, hard vacuum.
Big Griff, let them know why you get down to Star Citizen.
It's something that I've been longing for quite a while in gaming. You see, I've been gaming for over 40 years, and let's say the first game I ever played was Pong, and the first space game I ever played was Space Invaders. But I remember a time when I would play a game, and it seemed like I could step into a world that never would end. Games that would not only take hours, but sometimes weeks, maybe months to complete, maybe even a year. But over the years, it seems that games have moved from how long you can play the game to how short you can play the game. And we all seem to go from one game to the next, to the next, to the next. And of course, over the past decade or maybe two, space games kind of seem to have vanished off the face of the gaming world. So when Chris Roberts came forward and talked about making this world, this universe that we could go into, I was really, really excited, especially being an old Star Trek and Star Wars fan. The closest I ever got to that was Star Wars Galaxies and maybe a little bit of Eve. But this seemed to be different, and it seemed to be a throwback to the time when you could step into a world and not have to worry about finishing within 12 hours, but you could stay in it, live in it, and enjoy it, and it would continue to build and grow. So that's what I'm looking forward to, being able to step into that world with friends, making new friends, and enjoying the universe that Chris Roberts is going to create.
Calradi, tell them about your verse love.
I love Star Citizen for the inspiration that resonates within this unfolding diaspora. A tropical mashup, a climate that says, dream big with unwavering potential. I love Star Citizen for the dedication that it brings to the table, because so few are able to realize a world that was once a sliver of an idea, a figment of everyone's doubts and imaginations. I love Star Citizen because of the vibe that trembles and shakes throughout a community that says, we believe. From the little bus that could, we call the Aurora, to the might of the Javelin. From macroscopic views of gas giants and clouds that could open up your eye with awe and applause. From the many lives and activities that so many experience and want to experience. To the footprints left by RSI boots and the particles during a blizzard on Microtech that make me feel like I can't even see, but I say here right now that I could see why I love Star Citizen.
Yamiks, what's the verse whip appeal about for you?
To answer the question, one must peer inside oneself. Is it hyper-polygon glory of an over-bloated space whale, or is it the decadence of the sheer luxury and indulgence like never before? Perhaps it's often the affirmations of a far-fetched flash of inspiration that grabs one's attention. Resurgence in days gone by and restitution in childhood wonder to some, or maybe advancement in techno-sorcery of the modern age when it comes to fruition in celestial orbits. But me? Well, it could be the onwards pace of a crumbling castle and the sheer spectacle left in its wake. But you could just as well say ships.
Jules, tell him why you not mad, son.
I could tell you for the most part, the most important thing is the space legs. You know, the ability to get out of your ship, out of your vehicle, and just do a bunch of, extra vehicular activities and, run around shooting and all of that. That's what makes it really special to me and makes it stand out above the rest of the other space games in its genre. Because, when I was a kid, like me and my brothers, I remember we got the X-Wing toy, right? We got toys and BB guns and stuff, but we got the X-Wing toy and it came with Luke, it came with R2-D2, but they were stuck in the seats. It's like, once you land the ship, they're stuck looking at you like, well, what do we do now? And that's kind of that's how I feel about other space games, or at least like Elite Dangerous up until recently. For the most part, they focus mainly on the cockpit experience, and I've always been interested in more. I've always wanted a game that offered more, that offered the complete experience so that I could feel like, a pilot and a hero and an adventurer. And to me, that's what Star Citizen brings to the table. That's what makes it special to me.
Hey, who's that over there with the shaker and the lime juice?
This is Paul Shelley, your space bartender at the Astro Pub and your professor on Galactic Historian. I love the Star Citizen universe because it's one of the few game universes that seeks out to not just tell stories, but make a believable setting. The deep lore, the attention to detail, and diverse offerings of equipment and ships, it's a place that feels vivid and is only becoming more alive with each update.
Dig that, boss. Yeah, that's me. Why do you rock the verse? I love the visuals. I love the ambition. I love the fact that I can log in with a few of the homies, hop up out the bed on a snowed out planet, catch the train to go grab a bite from the smoothie shop before getting into the space whip to go meet up with the squad and mine together in a big blue collar ship, drop the load off at a refinery, grab a drink, go my separate way to take a meeting with the head of a mercenary organization before blowing up frigates, and then finish the night off juking at the club and then do something completely different the next day. In other words, I love the fact that we can do so much in such a detailed environment, and this is just the beginning before we set foot in the next star system and several other types of gameplay make their way in. It's a space sandbox game for the discerning gentlemen and ladies, with a side of ratchet sauce if you're into that. But you ain't gotta take it from us. You got through December 1st to hop in the verse for free 99 and see what all this smoke is about. All these fine folks are linked in the description, so most definitely go check them out and use their referral codes when you sign up to play so you can get those extra credilinis in your pocket. This your boy Dig That, Space Tomato, Griff of Soul Citizens, Obsidian Ant, Calradi, Yamiks, Jules, and Astro Pub signing out. Fly dirty, citizens.